Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it.
So Anthony, I recently bought a fish tank. Can you give me any advice on what type of gravel I should be using?
Alright, so I would recommend using smaller gravel because it's safer for your organisms. However, color doesn't affect all types of organisms. 2 inches of gravel is easiest to maintain and will best suit your tank.
Do you have any recommendations for decoration?
First off, the rule of thumb is to stay away from plastic. Second, try to use decorations for shelter to make them feel more comfortable. Some fish use vegetation for food protection.
What's the point of having a filter in my tank?
The importance of a filter is that your tank will help remove excess food, decaying organism matter, and dangerous chemicals from the fish you use in the water.
What's the best way to replace a filter?
Change your filter regularly to keep water clean by removing the filter and replacing it with a clean new one. Most have a chemical and biological filter, so you need to check which one yours has and replace it accordingly.
What would be the best way to put water in my tank for the very first time?
You should first get a suitable amount of water, add aquarium conditioner so it can condition the water to be more stable for your fish. Also make sure that you are using cold water. Depending on the type of your tank, you need to add salt. However, remember that you can't put the fish right away. You have to give the water 1 to 2 weeks condition so your fish can live in a healthy environment.
Do you ever have to test the balance of the water and how?
You have to test your water about every 2 to 3 weeks. There are certain kits that you can buy. In the kits, there will be test tubes and drops, and all you have to do is follow the instructions to test things like nitrite, ammonia, pH, and nitrate. Then you compare the colors of the water to the chart included so you know how safe the water levels are. After, make sure to check the salt in the water using the salinity checker.
Wow, I didn't even think of that. Any suggestions on how to do my routine tank cleaning?
Scrape all the algae off that is in your tank. Remove any big piece of debris. After, take a siphon and put it completely in the tank to take out any air. Then take out the smaller end while it's plugged and let your finger off and water will start to siphon out. Take about 15 to 20% of the water out and then add in the same amount of conditioned water. After, use a test kit and salinity checker to make sure the tank is still good and safe for your fish. At the end, change your filter and replace it with a new one.
So Anthony, which organisms would be best suitable for my tank?
So, the kind of organism in your tank depends on the living space, pH level, behavior, gender, water temperature, and feeding habits. For the living space, you should consider the size of your tank, the accessories, and the amount of gravel and organisms. The pH range varies depending on the fish you buy. For example, most saltwater fish, like dam fish, need 8.1 to 8.4 pH range. When picking an organism, it is important to consider their behavior. Some fish are aggressive while others are shy and peaceful. Depending on saltwater or freshwater, you need to consider their water temperatures. For example, saltwater fish requires 72 to 78 degrees. Make sure if you mix carnivores with herbivores that they are well equated for it. Try to feed your fish accordingly too. For example, carnivores eat shrimp, squids, and herbivores eat algae.
Thanks for coming, Anthony.
Thank you for having me on.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me